Bark if you understand. Bark if you
Oh, hello! Welcome to the revamp of Bark If You Understand.
Hi, welcome to the season 2 of Bark If You Understand.
Oh, so excited, right?
Me too, me
Yeah.
too. We're welcoming you now with the new setup. We have a couple of updates.
As you can probably see already.
We have, first of all, we have an update with the chairs.
Yes, actually, the upgrade, right?
And they are also matching the dogs.
Yeah, especially Sky. It's exactly the
Sky.
same texture.
She's like a pillow that comes in the set. You know?
Yeah, exactly, actually. Yeah, and she feels very comfortable. And every time she comes here, right? Like she's just the first thing jumps on it.
She feels home here. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm a piece of furniture here.
So, shall we give an update on the new crew?
I think yes. I think in general we also own the whole update to our audience because we're coming back with the season 2, and as you noticed, some things have changed. So, and in general, we thought that it would be a nice opportunity to also give an update in general on our lives and what is going on with us.
Yeah.
So many things have happened. The last time we were shooting, it was summer.
Exactly. So it was long time no see. So let's catch up,
Exactly.
on the changes.
Yeah.
And let's start with the hottest topic. Why is there only 2 now and not 3 anymore?
Yes. Our dear friend, Oля, she's not a part of our podcast anymore. She had decided to focus on other exciting projects in her life, so she gave a priority to her music career. And she, as you probably know, she's a music manager.
Yeah, she's a celebrity PR, so actually a lot on her plate right now, really.
Exactly, and her career is kicking off, and she has a lot of exciting projects that she prioritizes now. So we decided to still continue.
She's like, she just wants you to keep
because I was thinking, like, what is this sound? I thought it's a microphone or something. I was like, something's wrong.
No, it's Sky.
It's Sky.
She's very demanding when it comes to cuddles, you know.
And Lola is very jealous.
Like mother, like daughter.
Yeah.
I'm also demanding when it comes to cuddles.
Anyway,
so it was a let's go back to it.
Coming back to the topic, so now we decided to continue with our podcast in 2.
Yeah, just 2 Bark if you understand right now. You know, just 2 dogs. Actually, technically 4. Anyway, yeah, that was a complete like mutual decision, as like no hard feelings whatsoever. So yeah, we wish all only the best with your career, but we are carrying on this journey with Bark if you understand together with Gula.
Exactly.
And we're actually super excited because we have so many fresh ideas. It's a proper fresh restart. And yeah, the branding will change. We're going to have a photo shoot tomorrow, actually.
Yes, yes.
Just specifically dedicated to this. So yeah, we're super excited, super creative about it. And
I think we're in general entering this new era with the new energy, you know. We were shooting in summer.
The full moon just is over, you know.
Exactly.
So it's just
the eclipse corridor has just ended. Thanks God.
Oh my God. The things were escalating quite radically, but we are survivors.
Yeah.
Who also feels the same way, but if you understand in comments.
Yeah. I must admit, it also feels newly interesting having our hands free, because before that we used to hold the mics for the iPhones.
Actually.
But these girls are investing now, so we have cool wireless mics now.
The proper setup is ready, so you don't see the backstage, but it is also quite full on, like lights and everything. So we are dedicated, and we're really looking forward for you guys to see everything really.
Yep. So updates. It's October now.
Yeah.
It's how I like to say, it's the official hoa 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 season. I'm a big Twilight fan, so
yes,
I grew up
yesterday
with
she was
Twilight.
like, we should go shopping to Bershka because they have this new special collection with Edward Cullen and Bella Swan. I'm like, okay,
know.
it's like 30 minutes until the shop closes down, but we just
we were
I'm
running.
like, okay, no words anymore. We just drive there. 20 minutes in, she's over there.
Yeah.
But there was nothing, right?
Yeah, we were texting each other like 7 p.m. and we were like, what are you doing? And I was like, I want to go to Bershka. I want to check out the Twilight collection. She was like, what? And we were running there, but unfortunately our local Bershka did not have the collection. So
Yeah, what a shame,
Yeah, where the hell have you been, Loka? So Hoa Hoa season.
Yes.
It's October.
Such a beautiful autumn here actually in Berlin.
It is.
So nice and calming. And you were right about the energy change, I feel like, we will give you updates slowly because a lot has been going on. But I really feel so calm. It's actually crazy because I read a lot of things are happening right now, and I'm actually have a lot on my plate. But I've never felt happier and calmer, and just I think that's been the hours and hours, and I don't know like how much I've already invested in money wise in therapy, but something finally clicked in me, and it's worked, and I'm so happy about it, really. So I think that's you're right about this energy change and just enjoying it, like just chill and like catch the moment.
I'm super happy for you that this is happening in your life because you've been through a very tough period in your life, and a lot of things have happened, and the eclipse corridor had happened as well.
To all of us.
Honestly, we all felt it. Like it does not matter if you believe in astrology or you don't, but
it's a science after all. Okay. You cannot deny facts.
Without that.
Okay, I'm just kidding here.
But I think astrology brings a lot of fun into our lives, and I mean, just speculating with this is fun. Why not?
Yeah, sometimes also it gives you like tiny anchor to hold on to something, because sometimes you just don't understand, but you can feel really overwhelmed. But here's an update, and it's like actually the whole world is kind of like messed up right now. So it's not just you. It makes me feel better all the time. Like, okay, I'm managing it well then. It's like it was an eclipse corridor.
Exactly.
So it's not just me like having it all over the place. And I think overall, it's so crazy, like whenever you look in social media, or like my worst thing is like LinkedIn. If you want to feel like unsuccessful and like you're not achieving anything, go to your LinkedIn feed. Everybody's like there, like, grinding. And of course, puts on the
congratulations on your new career.
Like nobody cares about your new certificate, Jessica. Like that meme on Instagram. I was dying. But anyway, and I think that people are not being real, like, these days, and actually whenever I speak to other people and they say like, I also have a lot on my plate, I really like such a like crazy period, and I feel like, wow, so it's not just me, like you do genuinely, because we're so absorbed into the social media thing, we forget that other people also have problems, other people also suffer, other people also have challenges, and that's actually crazy because genuinely you in your bubble, and then when you see the best versions of themselves that who everybody's trying to put up on social media, right?
Exactly.
It's just generally depressing. So that's why I want this podcast to be real, that we're going to share everything openly, because life is life, and
which means we're sharing astrology here, all right? Just deal with that.
A guilty pleasure, okay?
But as
you have a guilty pleasure,
season 2 entering in a very honest note, we believe in astrology. Ba-bam.
And not just that, but that will be in the next episode.
But what do you think in general about astrology? Like, how would you explain what's happening? Because sometimes, even if we step out and we think that astrology is not a real thing, how is it possible that everyone in my bubble goes through the same kind of things?
You know what? Okay, so basically, actually, I'm a classical composer by background, and I was studying a lot of philosophy, and I was really interested in that. And I was using a lot of like mathematics and different things in my music. And basically, there was a time when I was really interested actually in ancient Greeks, and actually, astrology derived from Ptolemy. Right?
Yeah.
Because he was actually who started noticing, observing that how the setup of the planets affect actually the crops and the water, like the sea, everything, and also how it really affects people. So he started writing this, and it's called Tetrabiblos, basically the book about basically about his observations, and this is where the whole astrology derives from. And of course, contemporary astrology is really different to the ancient Greek concepts, but anyway, that was actually developed back then, you know.
Yeah.
So I was actually surprised. Whenever people are so skeptical about them, like, but ancient Greeks, they must have known something, okay? So anyway, so that's why I kind of believe in it. And I also think that overall life and world, universe, it's so complex. You know, it consists of different parts, and whatever people put their energy into, it also has the impact on you know, on us in any way. So I was like, of course, I don't follow it 100%, but I'm just curious about all the aspects of life.
But I think that also like living that practical life without actually living, you know, some window for miracles and for wonder, you know, then it's just not fun, you know. Let's just imagine whatever it is astrology or any spiritual direction you're taking, it would be just, you know, it's nice, and it helps you to think that you're not controlling everything, and some circumstances are just, you know, meant to be. And I don't know, I think it's our beautiful way to give a sense to life.
That's true.
It would be so frustrating to think that life is just a chaotic physical events, you know.
That's true. You know, you put it so beautifully, I think.
Yeah.
Like, it's really, like, it brings in magic, you know. Actually, I think, like, you know, those people who are, like, atheists and, like, they just deny everything, you know, it's so sad, because what do you actually live for, you know, if there's this magic missing?
Exactly.
Is it just, like, work and all the material things? But how can it possibly fulfill you?
Yeah. So 5 minutes into a new season, and we're already deeply into ancient philosophy and the meaning of life. 5 minutes.
How do you feel about it? Okay, we can go back to
life, back to Earth.
Yeah.
Back to Earth.
Okay, like, you know, like, moving on from ancient Greeks, I started hip hop classes.
That's so close. I mean, that was a logical next thing to move into. Tell me more about the hip hop classes.
Oh, I love it. I just love it. I mean, like, I don't know really what to say about it, but I have a dream that I want to join a crew or something and go to battle now.
I love that, since for somebody who doesn't know, Adelina is an entrepreneur. She has her own business. And whenever Adelina starts a new activity in her life, instead of just going to classes and being like, oh, I just try to, you know, catch up with everyone, she already starts organizing stuff. She's already planning how we can create a collective out of it. How can we make it bigger? How can we evolve here? So she came from her, I don't know, third, second, fifth class of hip hop, and she was like, this is my dream now. My new dream is to join the crew.
I don't know, but I just genuinely love this. Like, otherwise, like, I don't have motivation, you know. But I mean, like, I enjoy it, but I also want to, like,
you need to have a goal.
I have to have a goal, yes, exactly. And, you know, like, otherwise I will not challenge myself. I feel like if I don't have a goal that challenges me enough, I will not be, like, putting my, like, 120% into it, you know. And actually, I mean, like, I don't do it, like, of course, on a professional level, but I just genuinely enjoy it. And that's not, like, you know, Olympic Games. It's not that difficult to get into a crew and go to a battle. So it's quite realistic in my mind. What do you think? Can I do it? I sometimes post my dances on Instagram, so please follow and support, and maybe give your tips and tricks and share your favorite dancers. Yeah.
But talking about dance classes, I had a different experience, and I think in some ways I admire you when you're so, energized by the classes you're taking and you look forward going there. I've been taking actually private dance classes. I was doing the high heel classes for over a year, and then I had a big break, and then I came back to a dance class a few weeks ago, and I joined the reggaeton class. And I was then sending the messages to our Telegram chat, and I was like, this is the best way to destroy your self-esteem. Just go to a dance class, which is called beginners, and be surrounded by people who are definitely not beginners, who definitely danced before. And they all go to this class and they're like, yeah, so easy. I remember every single dance. You don't? Oh, I felt so shitty about myself after this. And I was like, but this time it has to be different because I go to the gym. Now my physique is much better. And I've been also doing these classes before. My brain should remember, how to dance and stuff. But first of all, you're challenged by looking at yourself in the mirror. So that's already a challenge, you already have to accept yourself, accept your body, the way you're moving. And then you're also surrounded by a lot of people, and you're also, unwillingly comparing yourself to others. And then also when you suck, you're like, oh, that's the worst. But like when you're dancing, I think the energy is much more important than your technique or anything,
Yeah.
When I watch the dancers, I never watch the one who like does all the moves like in the most, perfect way.
It's not
It's more
about
about the energy you're giving into it and how much you're feeling and your vibes in general.
It's so important. The technique, of course, is also important, but it's more about you like really giving it. It's about your personality.
Yeah.
There is a phrase, if you know how much actually other people think about you, you will be upset because it's like a really, really short time. Nobody really cares about us. That's the thing. They only care about themselves because this is how our mind is structured, right? So whenever you dance, they also think the same, or they just don't think at all. They just focus on their dancing. So why wasting your precious moment thinking about what they think when they actually don't? And even if they do, it's their problem.
Yeah,
right?
It's true. I think.
So go to reggaeton, enjoy it, and just be like, I don't know reggaeton moves, but
yeah, basically hips.
Basically hips. Oh, you have nice hips, huh?
Those don't lie.
Those don't lie. Oh, Shakira.
Yeah. But what else have been new in your life?
I want you to say what has been in your life, because actually it's a big one and just happened yesterday. So please spill the beans.
Yes, I have finally released my new single after a 1-year break. So yes, it's been a big change for me actually creatively, because I felt that in this time that I haven't been releasing, that I have evolved a lot as a musician. Also, I think my taste had evolved, and I also feel like a completely new human, comparing to me releasing my EP last year. So I feel that my EP last year was more about the girlhood, and it was more of, like a 20-year-old girl who is releasing music. And now I feel like this, I don't know, like confident, sassy kind of
you've got woman. The vibe. Yeah.
I started having this, because in my 30s, that's the first time when I started feeling more confident. 20s were more challenging for me, and I just freshly started feeling myself as a woman. And I think that's like such a huge transition for any girl, woman who's going through it, in that's her true. 30s. And I feel like I feel freshly in the womanhood. And it's awesome. It's awesome. It is so nice just to enjoy yourself,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm turning from a girl or a princess into the sassy one. So that's why I felt that releasing new music would be actually amazing. The music that just maybe vibes more with new me. So yeah, yesterday I released it, and everything was made in a different way as well. Last year, I had this huge crew of 20 people. We did the whole huge production. We did the whole video, etc. And the whole preparation was hard. And I, unfortunately, by the end of the whole preparation, by the day that I have released my EP, I was so burned out, and actually I just wanted to forget that I'm doing music after that, and I just felt so tired.
Oh my God, something must have been going wrong then, right? That's
Yeah,
a sign.
probably, exactly. But this time I decided to rather do everything, you know, intuitively and do everything the way I feel. So collaborating actually with my best friend that we've been friends for more than 12 years with. And, you know, it's just the same vibe as we had in student years when we would just take a camera and we would be like, hey, let's go out and let's just, you know, create something. So that was this kind of creative energy. So we just went out, we took the old camera and we were doing these moody videos.
I love it.
Ended up amazingly.
Yeah,
I think
it's very atmospheric. It's a vibe, you know.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm switching, and it was very exciting. I think that every time you are doing a release, it also feels like a birthday.
Yes, we were congratulating you yesterday, right? Celebrating
and
it.
everyone is texting me. Everyone is like, "Congrats on your release!" And
because it is a birthday.
It's
a birthday of your thing, of your creature, you know.
Yeah,
because it's
my baby.
It is your baby. You've been working on it. You've been like carrying it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, and now it's out. It's really a birthday.
Yes, it is a birthday. So it was an amazing birthday, and now I need to nurture my baby and promote it even more.
So listen to it on Spotify. Watch her TikToks, because just before we were recording,
I'm all over TikTok. I'm coming. So
I'm also in her TikToks right now, and I'm like, how do people do it? I've never done. Don't even have TikTok.
Like, I'll teach you to do TikTok.
Yes, but actually it works, right? Like, maybe I should do TikTok. I don't know.
So listen to Out of the Game, my new single, on every platform, available now.
Yeah, I'm popping the champagne here, you know.
What do you think about TikTok?
I don't think anything, because I don't have it. I'm like, okay. You know, I try to put my screen time down, but because of work and the whole life, it's always a lot. That's why, like, having another social media that I just scroll stuff, and if I want to watch funny reels or something, I see it on Instagram. But TikTok is just like, it's too much for me. You know, that's why, like, it's not my kind of vibe. But you know, like, my vibe is LinkedIn.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's really different, I know, but because it's important for my work and for what I stand for, and for my baby, for Surpon, for our project. That's why, like, of course, promoting it on LinkedIn. I'm gonna also do the videos. It's like it's not like TikTok, kind of TikTok format, but just cater to different audience, obviously. But because of you, of course, your music, it's just like, what can be
TikTok
better than
is
TikTok?
platform number one for me. And Instagram for sure. But it's so funny, like, my LinkedIn grows organically on its own.
My best posts have like a best number of impressions where you are, because the whole firewall supports.
It's insane. And it's like, every time I open my LinkedIn, I mainly open it to, like, check my company's page, not mine. I open it and it's like so many requests, so many messages. I have no time to reply to all of those. And I'm like, I don't want it. Stop it. But
I want it.
But with Instagram and TikTok, I would be like monitoring every single interaction there, you know?
Yeah. Oh my God. You see how it happens?
Yeah. But talking about TikTok updates, my mother.
Oh my God. That's a
the
star.
Goddess.
Yeah.
She's a queen. Yeah. She, as probably some of you know, my mom is doing TikToks. She does it just for her fun, but it's insane. And I think it also became like a joke that I'm trying it so hard over TikTok and in general in social media. And my mom is just like, she just puts the camera effortlessly doing, you know, these little videos of her dancing or whatever. And she's going viral. And her last video already hit 150K.
But you know what? I think it's
Sure.
of course, because I'm very opinionated here. Because she also doesn't give Fs.
She doesn't. I just chatted
the
with her
vibe.
today in the morning, and I was like, we were reading through her comments, and somebody was like, "You're not that young as you're claiming, and actually nothing special, honestly." And I was like, "Mom, don't worry about this. You got like a lot of good feedbacks." And she's like, "Why do you think I care? I honestly don't."
It's
She's like, "Because I
literally-
am awesome," and I'm like,
You see, because actually I was also thinking this, like, you know, I also post like, because also some people from LinkedIn, like I'm a very different person, LinkedIn different person on Instagram, because on Instagram I'm real me, I don't really care, it's for my friends and just like, yeah, I just enjoy my life there. But LinkedIn of course is professional. And at some point people from LinkedIn started following me on Instagram. And I'm just like, okay. So when I dance hip hop, they're aggressively do crazy things, post whatever I want. And I started thinking like, okay, oh my God, what these people will think, you know, like, and it's not coming out so professionally and everything. But then like some people started messaging me like, this is so cool, like, you know, like, and actually even like some people from, you know, basically like some potential investors and everyone's there like, this is great, why you didn't say about it on LinkedIn, you do it. I'm like, wow, why? You know, but because people love real.
"Yeah,
People love the character and
Exactly.
your real one. That's
Yeah.
why you also, you know, like it's, I think maybe it's like a challenge that you need to work on reggaeton classes. Because whenever you go there, also just try to enjoy, don't give zero Fs, and it will translate and transmit to your social media as well. And maybe record yourself dancing reggaeton and upload as well.
Oh no, I've done this in the past actually.
really?
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of things like this. I try to challenge myself.
That's
and
great.
In general, sometimes when I'm posting also on, you know, on my social media, there are some times when I'm like, oh, I did not look good with this angle or something like this, you
Of
know,
course,
when I'm
it's
like,
girl thing.
I don't like this video. And sometimes I post it, you know, just like purposefully, on purpose. I post it on purpose. So that just,
Got
you know, so that just, I also want to challenge it to myself and,
Yeah.
you know, like, and to anybody else. I also want to send this message. I don't care how I look sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
because that's not really important. If you're the perfect image, nobody would be interested in actually
That's
to watch
true.
you.
Actually, it's so interesting right now because right now there are emerging all those AI tools that create you images for LinkedIn as well, for your posts. You know, they literally create the perfect image, like you're sitting in the coffee shop, there is this laptop, there is this your latte macchiato, and you're just sitting here like, oh, just another day working on my thing, you know. And this is not real because, I mean, like, unless you already are somewhere up there, but yeah, and also this perfect face, you know, like all generated by AI. I think like who really will use it, and if people really do use it, how sad the life will be. It's already getting sad because everybody's trying to put like masks and filters on, you know, like on both like metaphorically and really realistically, and everybody's trying to be their best version, you know, like possibly of themselves and put it out on social media. And if they also use AI and everything to make it even more polished and more like, where is life?
I think this is where is the real confidence, when you don't care, you know, of posting a video of you without the makeup or being puffy, you know, because you just woke up or something.
Yeah.
I think that's the real confidence. Like that's me. And you feel that, you see that actually people like, I'm a big fan of YouTube, for example, and I follow a lot of vloggers there. And you see that you're connecting to the vloggers that are, you know, just real. Like Emma Chamberlain, for example, she's the realest. She's just, you know, the way she is. She, you know, she's always lying in her bed and she eats there, and she's shooting herself not from the best angles.
Yeah.
But you relate to this. And then I see so many vloggers over the internet who are just like always perfect in their shots, because I understand they're in the stage of their, you know, opening up to social media, where you just want to shoot only when you're looking beautiful, only when you have a makeup. And I myself, I am there, and you know, it's challenging to share your whole life and share like how you look not beautiful, for example,
But it's
but
acceptance, right? Because of course,
Exactly.
even right now, we're all like dressed up with nowhere to go. Joking.
what do you mean? We came here.
Yeah, actually, sorry. Anyway, and basically, of course, we don't like, it took me 1 hour, maybe 20 minutes to get ready this way. 1 hour, like 1 hour and a half, almost, really.
But did you enjoy it?
Yes, I
That's
did.
the question.
I really did, because I don't like, today is Saturday. We're filming, we're
Yeah.
shooting, like, and I was listening to music. I was like drinking my coffee, like making my curls, and just like really enjoying it, because like on a daily basis, whenever you're running business, like, and yeah, it's just a nightmare. You don't have time for anything. You just wake up, quickly get ready, shower, and start hustling, like, and that's it. That's why I really enjoy this like
Yeah.
time whenever we just,
Yeah.
it's so different to my routine, but also like about, I don't look like this every single day, like.
And
so-
wait, since we're talking about being real, honestly, sitting like this in the chair like this is not really comfortable.
I want
So
to
I'm
move
gonna
as
get
well, but
myself
Sky is
comfy.
sleeping.
I'm gonna get my shoes off. Sorry, Lola.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make myself comfortable.
Oh yes,
Cause you know what?
Sky is sleeping here. I cannot even move.
But coming back to life updates.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us more about what is going on, what is going on in your professional life, what is going on in your personal life. All guys, the most important update that happened to both of us is that the Bell Village. If you've seen our first
Oh my
episode,
God. I was like, what is it actually?
we have mentioned in our first episode that we're living in this building that is also trying to, build up the community here,
Yeah.
and we're having the common spaces. We have the rooftop, and we also have the garden. So basically, the house owners, they build it up here a chicken coop.
Yes.
And now we have a WhatsApp chat which is called Chicken Club.
I'm part of it.
And I am also.
So they
Yes,
invited you?
yes,
Oh,
yes. I
nice.
entered the club, and just this week I got my first egg.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
I went in the morning, I woke up, I did not have the eggs, and then I went to the chicken coop and I was looking for the eggs. The chicken saw me there. She was like, I called her when she was inside, and she saw me and she was like,
Run.
and she's like, run for
I
life.
think somebody scared them, because each time I go to our yard, I really want to take some videos for Instagram to show everybody like what a fabulous, amazing life we're living here in Bangladesh. And they're hiding. They're hiding behind the bamboo sticks, and literally I cannot get them out there. And I was trying to like lure them out of there so I can take a video. And they started like making loud noises. And I'm like, the whole neighborhood is up. So basically, yeah, the chicken are amazing. Like it tastes much better, right? Like the eggs.
Yes, it was the most delicious egg of my life.
Yes.
Funny story how
Okay.
I subconsciously manifested it. So last year,
chicken?
yes, last year after I released my EP in September, I went to a little vacation in Portugal.
Okay.
So I went there for the whole surfing experience, and I was staying in a surfer house. So there's this guy who's a surfer, and he has his own family there. He's a French guy, and he basically lives his best life in Portugal. So he has this house with a yard, and I was staying basically with these guys. And then he was like, "Ooh, I have a chicken coop here, so every morning you can have fresh eggs there in the kitchen." I was like, "Wow, that's so cool." I was like, "But isn't
cool.
it too loud?" And he was like, "No, we don't have the rooster. So without the rooster, they're basically still giving you the eggs, but you don't have the smell. Sorry, you don't have the noise." And I was like, "What? I had no idea it works like this."
It's exactly what the management told us here in Bangladesh. That was the
Exactly.
quotation, like.
And apparently, those are like the different kind of eggs, because if you don't have a rooster, basically you have the eggs. It's basically their ovulation. So they're
Of chicken.
hatching the eggs.
When you're
but
talking about it this way, it's not appetizing anymore.
but yeah, it's the same way as we work on ovulation, the same way.
Exactly the same
produce
as
eggs.
chicken.
But basically, if you don't have a rooster, those eggs are just not impregnated.
Yeah,
and
of
then-
course, there are no chicks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because I was always afraid, honestly, like when I was eating the eggs before, I was always scared. I was like, what if this egg was there for too long and now it's already turning into a chicken?
You're a vegetarian, that's why.
Yeah, and I was like, oh.
No, it's all good.
So I came back after Portugal and I said to my best friend, I was like, one day I want to have a house and I want to have a chicken coop. How amazing is this?
Universe, like, wait, no more. Now she literally, because I live in the same building but in the front house, and she lives in the back house, and if you walk out of her balcony, you will see the chickens. So
and I can hear them. I can hear them every day.
So sweet.
This is insane. This is insane how universe works.
I know, right?
But back from chicken to your business.
Oh, to my business, yes. I mean, like, I have started working on it 2 years ago, and then I moved to Berlin from London, actually. So, yeah, it's been a full-on 2 years journey. And yeah, like as any startup, any business, it's an up and down journey. And
sure.
Yeah, so I mean, like we've had our successes, like our wins. It's really great. I think that over 2 years we achieved quite a lot, because especially for me, you know, with no native, I'm not a native German speaker, you know, like, and the German market is very, you need to speak German really well. So like, yeah, without that, I secured the best clients and everything. And now, yeah, and big news, my co-founder is leaving. So yeah, we are completely, you know, departing in good relationship. Everything is great. But yeah, it's just a journey, because he was technical co-founder, and obviously a tech startup cannot function without a technical co-founder, you know. So that's why I'm right now in a little bit, I have to take a couple of steps back in order to push forward.
Mm-hmm.
And then mentally, it's not the easiest thing, because I was completely in a different stage. We were fundraising, we were working with like, well, on basically on, yeah, we were talking to investors. There were like already a couple of really good cases where they were interested. But yeah, so when we had plans on our development and everything, but yeah, so right now I cannot continue with that journey anymore. I need to take a couple steps back and really find a new co-founder. So in order to push forward, because otherwise I will never attract investment with such a setup. That's why, especially as a solo founder, and you know, like as a woman solo founder, first founder, time founder, it's, yeah, the world functions the way it is. We cannot do anything about it. We have to obey the rules of the game. And yeah, so that's why mentally it's not the easiest thing.
Sure.
Because it's quite stressful, and also just, yeah, like in some way, of course, annoying. Because I want to, you know, like a rocket. Like I just literally have so much energy in me, and I want to go further and run and do things, you know, like, and everything that I was planning to. But the things sometimes go not the way you plan them to, and not like sometimes most of the time, right? But yeah, so right now it feels like a couple of steps back, but it's good that we have such a business model where we don't really rely on basically on the technology itself, because we are building a platform where we manage businesses with artists for corporate events. And yeah, it's like a / project management tool, so we're building the whole like SaaS there, and / marketplace. But yeah, so right now I need to search for a co-founder. I already have a plan according that part, but yes, a lot is going on. It's a little bit exhausting, because yeah, but it's a good thing we can still function in an agency mode and still generate revenue. Everything is good, so we're not stopping on that part. But yeah, I have a therapy 2 times a week now. Because really, otherwise, it's also like, you know, I'm not really, I sometimes look at male founders, right? Like, and they're so rational, so logical, like literally have no emotions whatsoever. And in the end of the day, I'm a woman. You know?
You should embrace it.
I do embrace it.
Because it also brings you a lot of advantages.
That's true. That's 100%. It's not that, it doesn't make me inferior whatsoever. It's just that sometimes, of course, I need to learn how to really balance that, and how to turn off emotions at work, you know, like even if there's something, because, you know, when you're passionate about what you do, and I really am, I love it with all my heart, and when something is breaking, you know, it's like inevitable that you feel frustrated, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say, or I wouldn't put it as something that's breaking. I think you're rather, I say it in an optimistic way. I think you're entering a new era in your career and in your, it's a new wave in your business. So essentially, I think it is inevitable sometimes that things are changing, there are new ways, and our own responsibility is the only responsibility we have is to listen to this kind of waves that are coming and actually going along the way rather than, you know, standing against it. So I think that universe gives you the signs that you gotta move the different direction, and something is changing. You know, sometimes we just don't see the long term and we're not able to.
Yeah.
But you don't know how this is going to be actually a positive change for you that, you know, have had happen. Yeah. And also, if something is not aligning and some people who are within your team are looking into different direction, you don't want to force anyone. You want everyone who is looking the same way you are looking. So it is then, I think it's a part of the game and part of life to let go, but letting go also means gaining a lot.
No, 100% actually. I fully agree with it. And yeah, it's so good to have such wise friends who can who can give you a perspective outside look, you know? Because whenever you are in a situation, of course, you look at it completely differently.
Of course.
But when you are from the outside, you can look at it objectively, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you can see the potential of it. And you're absolutely right. I also, like, to be honest with you, that's why I still feel, and I said before, like, a lot is going on. I have a lot of on my plate, but I feel very happy. And it's crazy. I think, I don't know what it is, but something has changed in me, because I just, like, maybe I have become stronger, like a little bit older, wiser, I don't know. But sometimes, like, you know, like my brain starts panicking, like, okay, we need to think about, like, a lot. But my heart and my inner state is really calm. Like, really. And I just don't know, like, and whatever happens, yes, maybe it's, I need to just listen to it a little bit more, because I don't think it would feel the way it is, like, so calm, if it actually something was happening for the worse. You know, it's always for the better. That's why it's so important just to turn off your brain and trust the process, trust yourself. And yeah, I found one time co-founder, like, so why I can't do it second time, you know, like, just
Exactly.
Yeah, so anyway, like,
Yeah.
it'll be great. So that's an update on the professional side. Yeah, apart from that, yeah, things are good and we're growing anyway. Just a little bit differently, yeah, as I said, in agency mode rather than tech. But it's just on hold for now. It will come back. Okay, and I want to hear your update. So what do you want to spill the beans on? Private life, maybe? How is the dating going?
Dating.
But are you on Raya too, by the way?
I used to have Raya before. So yeah, sometimes I struggle with the dating apps in general because I always describe it in a way of, you know, how unnatural sometimes it feels. I always describe it similarly as, let's say, you're entering a public transport. Or, you know, like you're entering a tram in Berlin.
A tram with, like, all the, you know, like, because on Raya everybody is like a startup founder.
Not in Raya, but like, for example, on Hinge or on Tinder, it's basically everyone is there. And, you know, you're meeting all kind of people. Because even if you're filtering by the age or the location, etc., it's not filtering people enough. And I'm missing actually having an app that would be actually filtering based on interests.
Next startup idea. Let's found it. Next episode, we're like, we have founded a startup. We started a dating app that, like, puts you with the people of your interests.
Yeah, but I mean, these dating apps are just so generic, and maybe that makes me think that maybe they're actually not built for matching the right people.
But somebody said that. No, it's actually the truth, because this is how marketing works, right? Like, because if they've actually, who said that? I recently heard this in some interview or something, that basically, yes, they deliberately don't show you people who you would really match with, because otherwise you would delete it and not use it anymore, right?
Exactly, yeah. But that's why I liked Raya. Raya that Raya is essentially an app for celebrities, and this is how it used broadly, I think, in LA and
Not
Hollywood and
anymore, I
stuff, but,
think.
and maybe not anymore actually. Yeah, but I think it also, you have a better chance maybe to find somebody there who is in the same bubble as we are, in a way, in terms of being proactive, in terms of being ambitious and maybe career oriented, because there are different types of people. So but that's exactly what I would be looking for in my partner. So Raya was a good platform, but still.
So you deleted it?
I deleted it.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. I could not find anything that was right there for me. It's just that I've been thinking about the fact of dating, how the best way to meet a person would be to meet them in real life, of course, because you're not just watching the person in one dating setup, but you're also seeing the person in different interactions, how they're interacting with other people, with other friends, before moving into anything romantically, and you can see and get to know the person better. I also believe that strong relationships are growing from the friendship first, because this is how you learn more about the person, and then you start getting the sexual attraction, and then you build it into actually love. I think this is how love starts in general.
Supposed to, but we're living in 2024.
Yeah.
So
and I just find it sometimes so artificial, in the way that you go to the date, you sit down, and you're like, what are you looking in your relationship? I have no idea.
Yeah, that's really the stage. I'm so tired because
I have no idea what I'm looking in relationship. I also don't know you, and it's just also since I'm getting, with me getting older, I also realize on, how we're attracting naturally the right people in a natural environment without efforts. For example, I've attracted the best friends, the best people, so effortlessly, and they just came to my life because they were attracted to my energy, they wanted to chat with me, etc. And sometimes I wonder, I'm like, how did I attract people who want the same things, they're interested in the same things, they listen to the same music, etc. What are the odds, right?
Yeah.
But if you would try to find friends like this in the friendship app, try do this. It's insanely hard.
It is. And how awkward would that be?
Exactly. So what do you listen to? Even if you list all the things and they're all the same, it still does not mean that you're going to be matching, because I think there is something that just does not exist in apps, which is energy.
True. But still, I mean, when I work quite a lot, and I work in a co-working space, or we're home or wherever.
Yeah, where to meet this person.
Yeah, exactly. And then I go, of course, out for work, and I go to conferences and stuff and networking events and stuff and whatever. Yeah, but
that's a lot.
But that's true. But it's
the best place to actually, I think, meet your partner would be this close communities, in school, in university,
that's where
at
I found
work.
them before.
And this is normally, I think, how people are actually building this kind of relationships. Or if you live in a small city, you also all know each other. I think when we are in a closed community, also your choice is not as broad, and you start noticing little things. Imagine if you would be closed in a boat with 10 people, you would start looking into every single male there, and you would be like, maybe you are good, maybe you are actually sexy, And I think the same thing happens at school, in universities, and at work. You are also becoming friends first, and then you interact every day, and you have the depth to get to know the person, and fall in love with them.
No, that's very true. I wish. Yeah,
I
finally met such a person. I'm so ready to fall in love.
I just also don't want to have it all being so statistical and leave it all, just how much do you swipe every time, go to the app, go there every day and swipe at least 10 times. I don't want it to be like this.
No, I just do it whenever I have a mood for
Yeah,
it.
that's also a good approach.
Yeah.
So in general, I wanted to say that I just wanted to leave some magic into it, But anyways, I went on a date recently,
Oh, please, spill the beans.
and
Okay, I know what your story you're gonna talk about. Oh my god.
well, this kind of dates I think should happen as well. I think they're adding this. It's an experience, and they're adding this into your collection of bizarre dates. Yeah, I was on the dating app, and I was like, okay, let's try it again. I was like, I'm looking for a man who's gonna be more proactive and who's gonna, set up everything and invite
Did you
me
tell
on the
him
proper
that?
date.
Or
No, I said my intention like
okay,
this.
your attention. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the intention. And so there was a guy who was like he was like kind of good looking and dressed in all the brands he like on his photos.
She
He
liked
had
and loved the fashionistas.
I do.
And I
Yeah.
like guys in Patagonia.
You're such a Lana Del Rey. Oh my god. Do you know Lana Del Rey? You know she got married just to a guy who owns the crocodile farm.
Crocodile Farm?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and he's like legit, like he's the Patagonia kind of guy. He's like, and everyone on the internet is making jokes out of it now.
Oh my god. Yeah, Lana, I feel you. That's the vibe. Okay, I'm joking. I love nicely dressed as well. It's just like the guys I attract for some reason.
No, but that guy was like a different level of like stylish guy. He had the Maison Margiela boots, like he was on high heels, like that's
me?
like different. But I respect fashion. I respect it deeply. So yeah, basically the guy was like so nicely proactive. He already set up the date, and he invited me to a Michelin restaurant, and everything was so nice, which is not really common for European dating market. I don't know
Was
where
he
you're
German?
watching it from. The guy was super complicated, but he was essentially from New York.
Okay.
But he was born and he grew up in France, and
Okay.
yeah.
Americans are a bit different to European
Yeah,
guys.
I think in
I've
America
noticed.
it's normal to invite to
Yeah.
have like a first date in a restaurant,
Yeah.
whereas here, like in Germany, it's normal to
German guys like to invite you to the park.
for a walk.
For a walk. Sorry. No.
Let's have a
Walk
3-hour walk.
yourself, baby. I can't. Oh my
But at the
God.
same time, when I was like getting myself ready for like going to the restaurant, I was thinking at the same time it's not like super it's not super comfortable as well in a way, you've never seen the person and now you're gonna be locked in the restaurant and you gotta stay there, and chat
Is
to
there
a
ways
person.
to get out?
Yeah, I guess,
Just
yeah.
like, fish is dying. Or you message me and I'm like, oh my god, you need to come back, chicken. Something happened to our chicken.
Fish is dying.
I don't know, it's the stupidest excuse. Like, my fish is dying.
My favorite excuse is that my dog is home alone and I need to go fast. But yeah.
Actually, I say honestly, I'm just like, thank you for your time. It's not the vibe. I need to go. And I genuinely said it a couple of times. I think that's best. I can't. In the moment, it's maybe like heartbreaking, but at least like I don't ghost people and like don't leave them hanging. I would like people to do the same for me, but they've never done because I mean, like I would love a date with me. It's amazing. joking.
Amen.
Like that's why I give no F's at hip hop. Something is wrong with me.
I mean, I would like to do it as well, but sometimes it's just so awkward when it's like the first 20 minutes and you're like you already read the person and you're like, that will be.
But sometimes first impression is wrong.
Sometimes it's wrong.
That happened to me
It's
actually.
true.
I didn't like the
Yeah.
guy at all the first in like our first date. I'm like, okay, bye. Yeah, and actually that time I didn't say it honestly. I was like, yeah, I see you again. And I was like, well, never.
Yeah.
And actually after that there was like a short story happening.
I had the whole roller coaster with this guy. Like it started in a way I was like, not so sure. But then we started chatting. I was like, oh, maybe it's nice. Maybe I should give him a chance. And I was like, not so sure. Maybe not. And I was like,
That all
but maybe I
happened
should give
within
him
20 minutes.
No, within the whole date. I mean, yeah, we stayed there for a few hours in this restaurant. But the whole time I had a weird feeling. I felt sick. Like I felt like throwing up.
Really?
Yeah, and I could not understand it because it was also like, I felt so hot and, I just did not feel good. I was in a taxi and I was, stuck in the traffic for too long. So I thought maybe, some outer circumstances. But then I went to the toilet to check out with myself because like when you're sharing the energy with the person, sometimes it's hard to actually like reflect on yourself. So I was like, oh, let's take a break, and I went to the toilet and I was like looking at myself like, how do we feel?
That's so good.
And I realized that while I was in the toilet, I stopped feeling sick. And then I was like, oh, okay, that's the sign. So then I returned and I was like, I gotta go home. It's a bit too late for me. So I'm gonna head out.
Was he messaging you after?
Yes.
Yeah, what did you say?
I ghosted.
Silence.
I know I'm not supposed to do this, but
It's okay, baby.
sometimes I don't want to waste the energy on this.
I mean, you don't have to.
At the same time, honestly, I don't feel guilty about this because I don't owe anything to anyone. I've met this person literally once. I did not give any promises, and I think ghosting when you're like, I like you so much, baby. You're the hottest. You're the sweetest. Let's have children together. And then ghosting the person, that's not nice. But if you did not give any promises,
that's true.
Is it ghosting?
No. It's absolutely not bad. It's just that.
It's just like I feel like I'm gonna be wasting energy. Explaining why not.
It really depends on the case.
It does.
It really. Sometimes, like I've met like some really nice guys, and I was like, okay, he's really sweet. Like nothing wrong with him. That's why, like, I feel bad ghosting. But it was just not the vibe. Like it's just like. There might be broken or something. It was just
a question to our
joking.
Maybe a question to our audience: Is it ghosting when no promises were made and you literally met the person only once?
Please share your opinions in comments below. We really want to know. Yeah, is that a bad thing, or is that sometimes okay to ghost?
But to explain you a bit more about why this date was in my collection of bizarre dates.
Yes, please.
So basically, I'm here with the person and I'm seeing him for the first time, and immediately he goes like, "Oh wow, you have already met all of my expectations." And we're there just like for 10 minutes or something like this, and it's like, wow, and it's like such like love bombing. It's like, you look amazing, you look great, oh my god, like, and then like we would be chatting like about the common stuff, and then he'll be like, sorry, I have to stop you here. I just want to tell you, like, when you showed up here, like, yeah, you look good, but then you opened your mouth and I was like, who is this woman? And I was like, I felt nice, it was good, yes, but I was like, this love bombing does not feel right.
And healthy.
Yes. I'm like, I don't know you. And then like all of his stories were like so insane. The stories about how he went to some house in Hollywood, and then he met The Weeknd, and then The Weeknd invited him over for a weekend. So like this kind of stories, and I'm like, dude, I don't know you. Are you bragging, or like what is this? Like is it necessary to tell this kind of story? Anyways, and then like he was like, yeah, I'm actually like a bank consultant. And I was like, okay, yeah, legit guy, kind of cool. And then he'll be like, but also I'm a therapist, I'm a psychotherapist. and also this, and also this. And then the red flag was
Where are the certificates? You need to check LinkedIn.
The red flag for me was when I asked, like, why did you join? Why did you become a psychotherapist? And he was like, oh, it's because, you know what? I was just like, I was living my life and I was so selfish, and I was, you know, such a womanizer. And then I realized that I was like, I started behaving, you know, socially with these women or something. Like I became like a sociopath, and it did not feel right. And then I thought, oh my god, I need a therapist, and that's why I became a therapist. And I was
It sounds like a narcissist.
it sounds like a narcissist. Also, from the feeling of me being sick, I think, and love bombing and etc. And then at some point, you know, he was like, you're so amazing, you're so great, blah blah blah. And then he was like, I love artists. You're a music artist. I myself, I cannot do anything artistic, but I want to support all the artists. You know what? I'm ready to provide you. I'm ready to give you everything. And I would love, you know, I would love us to be just like Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber. So like my woman is like, she's so beautiful and she's the best dressed and she walks in front of me and I'm just like following her and I'm supporting her all the way.
But that is what the narcissist would say.
Yeah.
Because that's so shallow. It's like, it's all about the image that he wants to portray in the world, whereas actually any empathetic things, like human things. What about feelings, emotions, love, you know, all those
what did
things,
you feel?
emotional connection. He just wants to create an image with you, like Justin Bieber and Hailey.
Yeah. And I know that also a lot of narcissists, they actually love the creative people because like it's so juicy and you have a lot of like, you know, creative energy and stuff. And it's like, why do you want to support me and to provide me? This is just weird. Like, you don't know me. You've met me literally 20 minutes ago. Like,
and what does he think of you that you cannot provide for yourself or something?
Yeah.
Are you like not good enough to make it yourself?
Exactly.
Like, what kind of approach is that?
Yeah.
It's like literally he puts himself above straight away. He doesn't even know. Maybe you make more money than him. You know, like you actually are employed, like you're doing well. What the hell?
Yeah. And also like, I think this whole love bombing definitely like turned me off because I would never behave like this.
Healthy. It means you're healthy. Therapy also kicked in.
Yeah. We're free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after a while of this love bombing and stuff, he was like, have you ever been to Copenhagen? And I'm like, oh, no, I've never been there. What are you doing actually tomorrow? I'm like, working. And he's like, okay, but do you have like days off? I'm like, no. And then he's like, okay, over the weekend, we can fly together to Copenhagen. I'm paying for everything. You're going to have the best time there. And I'm like, that does not sound, you know, safe. I don't know you. Take your best friend. Take your best friend with you. I'm paying for you both. I'm paying for the whole trip. Let's go to Copenhagen. I'm like,
and for the dogs.
I don't know you. We just met.
Literally, what men are thinking? Do they think women are so desperate or what? Like literally, it's just sometimes, you know, like sometimes I see the guys and they just like try to like, you know, impress with all the material things and everything. I'm just thinking like, it's either you are so shallow, which is probably the case, or you think other people are so shallow. And if yes, I don't understand why you think so. But, you know, I just cannot connect the dots because like, it's really weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
But thank God, like, okay, you know, it's fine, guys. It's fine that she goes to him, right? Literally.
Yeah, because like me also having some previous experiences with narcissists and stuff, that's also was my deliberate choice to ghost the guy because, you know, when you start engaging with this kind of people, you never know, like you can get into a trap. So
absolutely,
no, thank you.
Ex is actually a narcissist.
Congratulations.
But I mean, like I was in a relationship only for a year, and the first 6 months were just like you described, like it was like proper love bombing, you know. Like
I lived 1 year of your relationship within 20 minutes of my date.
Exactly. Yes. So the first 6 months were that, and the second half was just like, yeah, it started already changing quite radically. So I took Sky and I'm like, bye. But actually that's crazy because I was already in therapy and I was always in touch with my therapist and I was explaining to her things and everything, and she said to me, yes, he's narcissist. That's it. It's kind of difficult to come out of this relationship because suddenly the person just changes. In the first 6 months they are just like, yeah, you feel like soulmates, it's closest person, but in fact they're not capable of emotional vulnerability and closeness, and they're so insecure deep inside that they want to just like, I don't know, put you down so they feel better on it. But I'm just like, did you see me? Like, it's very difficult to put me down. I mean, like, you tried, but like it didn't work.
But the trick with narcissists is that the brighter, the more confident you are, the more attractive you are to them.
Yes, and I noticed it in men overall, like if you are beautiful, smart, successful, good, doing this and that, they naturally feel like you're not just a woman that's there, like, and I'm not even talking about just work. I notice it like also in different settings. I mean, like work-wise, but they're not my competitors or something. Mm-hmm. But they feel like I'm a competitor and they start like, doing some things and I'm just like, wait, like just chill, It's like, it's really weird. Or sometimes even like on dates, I've also had situations when men were like trying to, like kind of do this technique, like to laugh off something, like, or just to humiliate, like not like humiliate, but like devalue certain things that I was saying in order to make themselves feel better. And it's like a manipulative technique where you just, make.
But maybe like
advantage.
It makes me think maybe it's not even a pattern for men, but maybe in general for people when you're, putting yourself out there and you're, not shine, of being yourself. I think then a lot of people are actually projecting their insecurities and they want to, maybe they're doing this, like subconsciously, they don't even know that they're doing this, but they try to put you down with little comments here and there, or even sometimes being, even less supportive. Sometimes it happens like among our friends that they cannot admit it, so they're just becoming less supportive than they could be,
True. So
yeah, so I think what I would like just to share that essentially being the authentic yourself and putting yourself out there is such a showcase of your inner strength, actually. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a big misconception when they think that people who are sharing or the emotional people are the weak ones. I think the reality is completely opposite.
Yeah, that's so true. Because really, when you are capable of being vulnerable, it means that you know yourself deeply. It means that you know your weaknesses, you know your strengths, you know your all your sides, really. And that's what makes you a whole person. And the person who is whole is also strong, and because nothing can really shake them anymore. They know themselves, right?
Exactly.
So that's the beauty of it.
And that's why I think that's why we're sharing this. That's why we're doing this podcast. And thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you so much for supporting our podcast and giving us a chance to be our authentic selves and share more with the world. And I'm super happy to be in this season 2. It is so exciting.
It's so great that we have recorded our first episode, and we genuinely hope that that sharing our journey is helpful to you guys, so that you can relate to it. And if you have any topics, any ideas that you would like us to cover in the next upcoming episodes, please share them in the comments below, and we will of course have a look and relate to them. Thank you so much for being with us, and congratulations to us.
Bark if you understand is back.
Bark if you understand, and see you at the next episode.
See you guys. Mwah.